During the years of 1991 through 1995, a lot of stuff happened, like the presidency of Bill Clinton, the Operation Desert Storm, the Oklahoma City bombing, the assault weapons ban, Rice Krispies, and the World Trade Center terrorist attack. Starting off with Bill Clinton. In October of 1991, during his fifth term as governor of Arkansas, Bill Clinton decides to go run for president. A few months later, in February, Clinton finishes second in the New Hampshire Democratic primary. Through all this, he has accusations of draft dodging and of an extramarital affair. Clinton officially becomes the party's candidate for president at the Democratic National Convention in New York on July 16, 1992. The beginning of the year, in 1993, Clinton is sworn in as the 42nd President of the United States, and 2 days later, he signs orders overturning the restrictions on abortion. A month later, on February 25th, he signs the Family Medical Leave, which is his first law. A few months after that, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell became very popular to allow homosexuals into the military. 2 months later, Clinton signs his first federal budget, and near the end of that year, he signs the Brady Bill and the North American Free Trade Agreement. Now, at the beginning of the year, in 1994, Robert Fisk is sent to investigate Clinton's real estate and the Whitewater Development Corporation. Then in early May, Paula Jones accuses Clinton of sexual advancements in 1991, but the lawsuit was later dismissed. Finally, in September of that year, Clinton signs a bill banning assault weapons and supports anti-crime efforts, while Hillary leads the universal health care to failure by Congress. Okay, the assault ban in 1994. The law took effect that was known as the Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994. They restricted the ownerships of such guns to reduce crimes. Mixed with evidence about how effective the previous gun bans were, there was a shortage of guns used in crimes. Going back to the early 1990s, Bush ordered an organization of Operation Desert Shield in response to the invasion of Kuwait by Iraq forces. The operation prepped American troops to become a part of the war against Iraq that would be known as Operation Desert Storm in 1991. In order to support Operation Desert Shield, Bush allowed a huge increase in American troops and resources in the Persian Gulf. The aftermath of the Desert Storm was Op Southern Watch in 1991. There was a no-fly zone that expelled the Iraq forces from Kuwait in Operation Desert Storm. They placed the no-fly zone over the northern Iraq to enforce the United Nations Security Council Resolution 688. Another zone was set up shortly after they covered all of the southern Iraq from the 32-degree latitude line. On February 26, 1993, a few terrorists that were later linked to a local radical Moscow and border terrorist network was set off 1,200 pounds of explosives in a rental van in an underground parking garage in the World Trade Center. Now, the goal was to have the North Tower fall on the South Tower, but this ultimately failed. The aftermath was only 6 people dead and over 1,000 people injured. Rice Krispies. Now, in 1995, Kellogg's finally launched its own packaged version of these treats, even though mothers everywhere have been making them for years. Last but certainly not least, the Oklahoma City bombing of 1995. On April 19, 1995, in Oklahoma City, there was a bombing outside of Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building. When the bomb exploded, it tore apart the building and ended up killing 168 people. The bomb was hidden inside a rental truck outside the building. After the deadly bombing, NATO forces launched the largest military action in the history of the alliances. In 2 weeks, the Bosnian Serbs are pushed to the negotiation table. Eventually, it leads to a peace settlement that was reached in Dayton, Ohio on November of 1995.